Welcome from the break. This is the second hour of the dialogue on Sol TV. My name is Prince Apollo. On the show, Richard Baguma, a veteran journalist, now a political commentator, is in the studio. Comrade Daniel Rugarama, and Dr. Rugarama is a lawyer, but also a Pan-Africanist. Comrade Mutenyo Kennedy from the Democratic Party, he heads the elections committee in the Democrat Party, looking at the figures in on the party political parties registers, especially after the NRM declared they had or they have 20.2 million members, a statistic that has been criticized by some political players who are actually concerned that these inflated registers may be a source of conflict, especially as we head into the 2026 elections. We are interrogating the implications of these bloated registers for political parties, but also the implications these bloated membership registers have to our politics, our democracy, and our integrity as a nation. Kennedy Mutenyo, your fellow panelists seem now to imply that it is okay to have or to tell lies in politics, actually to have wrong statistical figures representing your membership as a party. What do you think?
Some lies.
First of all, it is still very unfortunate that we are here discussing issues of integrity. Like I've said, I come from the Democratic Party. Our present manifesto is called 5 Pillars. It's based on 5 pillars, 21 milestones, and 45 million dreams. The 5 pillars being servant leadership, reconciling Uganda, shared prosperity. One of the 5 pillars is fighting corruption. In the NRM 10-point program, eliminating corruption was point number 7, if I'm not mistaken.
True.
Mr. Baguma Richard tried to explain one angle on procurement, but we are basically saying we are discussing corruption in politics. Should we be corrupt? And when we say that it is okay to tell some lies, then tell a good lie, tell an acceptable lie. Because you are now telling us the country has 45.9 million people, not voters, people. That means on the day of election, even the 1-year-old kid was counted.
To be a voter?
No. Was counted for UBOS to arrive at 45.9 total population of the country. Now that means on some of these registers, children who were born on that day are part of the register. I would like to tell Mr. Rugarama, we asked about that, and the NRM told us that no, the 20.2 is after the cleaning, removing the dead and so on. So, to me,
what are the implications?
These are the implications. That the worst is yet to come. They are preparing us for the worst. They are saying if we can tell a lie on the numbers, then we can tell a lie on everything. For example, when Dr. Mukiza did the numbers, I think Chigezi and Bugisu.
Yeah, they complained.
We complained because we were told after 10 years we had gone down. All the other areas had increased. Then they came back and explained that no, there was a mistake. Actually, this is the correct number. So the message, the implication is that what this country is using in everything, number of health centers, number of people per parish, this and that, it is all fake.
Oh.
So we have put the bar so low that I think Ugandans should not accept certain things. When you tell a lie, if Mukiza's numbers are anything to go by 45.9, then for goodness sake, these three political parties should have ended up with about 40 or something. And let me tell the political parties this thing. I think we are playing a game that is not very good for us. The world over, the people who vote parties into government are not its members only. The members vote, the supporters vote, the sympathizers vote. I am told the Communist Party of China has got a registered membership of 70,000 members. 70,000.
Those are very few compared
You
to
get
the
so
population.
practically, political parties' membership numbers are supposed to be minimal because most of the people do not register for political parties. You get so for us to try and have, but the article I wrote, I said it is the debate between the politics of numbers and integrity. Let us have integrity in everything.
What is the motivation? Why would political parties
The motivation is
want to have huge numbers?
Richard talked
their
about
register?
one thing, procurement interests. But to me, I'm putting it together. It is corruption.
It is political corruption.
Corruption in procurement, corruption in voter registration, corruption in numbers at the end, corruption in everything. Corruption is the order of the day. Let the NRM bring back point number 7 of the 10-point program, eliminating corruption. I do not expect them to eliminate, let them reduce.
From your party,
Yes.
Democratic Party, how many members, for instance, do you have?
Like
on
you
your
saw the
register?
monitor's table, the DP is still registering. And registration of members is an ongoing thing. It is a live.
How many did you have in 2021?
I can't recall the 2021 numbers. I was not deeply involved, but I'm sure of one thing, that although I do not speak for the Democratic Party, but the Democratic Party will not lie to Ugandans about our numbers. We will not.
Comrade
We
Ugalama,
will not.
Comrade Ugalama, you say, well, you can tell lies, but at what cost? Do you find, implications or consequences related to telling those lies? Don't you find any?
No, of course, what is interesting is that none of us here is a spokesperson of the party we say are our parties, but we are trying to discuss this subject in a wider context. And truth be told, even if I said in politics, respective political parties, whether you are NRM or DP or NOP, please do refrain from telling lies. The truth of the matter, and this is against the background of our audience, here I think I was saying that they can discern for themselves. Truth be told, even if I don't say it, they will know that be it in NRM, be it in any other opposition political party, there will always be some elements of lies. Now, your question you seem to be asking that at what cost can a lie be told? Sometimes these lies are costly. Truth be, because you see, you are sacrificing democracy. You are sacrificing democracy
Even
at the
integrity.
altar. At the end of the year, integrity, and maybe some people no longer have that integrity that we are talking about. And integrity is also at the end of the day, because who is good, who is measuring the integrity, who has set the bar for integrity to be measured. We are here and we are saying, look, even the so-called epitomes of democracy, those who claim to be epitomes of democracy, the Britain, France, the United States of America, in running politics, when it comes to affairs of running politics, in the majority of the cases, they have thrived on lies. They through their World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, the macroeconomic policies on the African continent, the statistics from the World Bank are all cooked up. We are talking about cooking statistics here. We are looking at the indicators of development, the benchmarks of democracy. Then they will come to countries on the African continent and say, Malawi.
Doctor, you are a scholar. You know how important are statistics to either planning and development.
I do. And by the way, I do, and I tell you that sometimes the statistics from the World Bank have been contested. And they have been, when you go back, they have been found not to be correct. And not once, not twice. The statistics they have given and the indicators they have used on some of the developing economies and even some of the countries in Asia who don't do their statistics and rely on the World Bank, they have found out that actually some of the statistics that have been brought out in the public is not explaining the actual situation on the ground.
The actual situation.
But now, coming back to the case of Uganda, and maybe you look at the registers across the board, we have said, and I think at the risk of repeating ourselves for purposes of emphasis, that you may have a register like NRM has had a register, which is talking about 19-point-something million people. 20.2 million people. And we are saying, even if, by the way, you removed the maybe the 16 to 18 and maybe...
It comes to 19.8.
When you remove between the ages of 16 to 18...
Yes, those are 19.8 voters.
Then what they have got fights to achieve. And of course, we also said that... and I think this is the truth, that there is a duplicity. What happens is that the political parties do not have a system which rejects somebody who has registered
a member of
in another. So you will find that we are actually sharing members.
Okay.
But probably what we should also note is that, granted, even if we are sharing members, for NRM, my party, I think we still have a very big challenge. Translating, because arguably, it is the mass party and it is reflected. When you look at the local government, the members that come out, you look at parliamentarians, you can really see, even if you don't like NRM, that they are arguably the biggest political party and they have not just hijacked power, but they have won it. What we need to do now is to look at the numbers that turn up and vote in the president. Because I'm not comfortable with having a register reflecting 19 million people and only 5 million people cast votes in favor of the president. That raises questions. And I want us to be able not to convince the public, but show the public that actually our register tallies with the reality of the ground.
Can't these irregularities be a source of conflict in 2026 elections?
Yes, certainly. They have always been, by the way, because
even in internal elections. Those disparities.
Yeah, those great disparities are a concern. Even if you are not, even if you are a member of NRM, and you look at and there are explanations, by the way, as to why we have got those disparities. Because in majority of the cases, after you have done the registration, you remember the registration, it is you who goes to the people. So it is easy to capture that number. But later, when you must realize those registered voters coming to the tallies.
Now, what do the update process do? What is the essence of updating a register?
No, that is one way.
If you can't weed out people who are no longer members, who are dead, who belong to other political parties? What is the essence?
That is one way of looking at it. I agree with you that sometimes even when we are doing the cleanup of the voters register, the dead, those that have crossed to other parties, those that have left the country, etc., etc. That may not be such a huge margin. The problem is, even when we retain the register after weeding out those that have actually departed from the party, there is a problem of translating and convincing those, because you found them and you registered them then. But this time they must come and show their numbers on the ground, which they seem not
on
to do.
polling day.
Hey.
Let me read the comments. Viewers, you can send in your comments on WhatsApp, on SMS, or by SMS 0701 60 9906. Like this gentleman here. Good morning, Apollo and your panel. To me, what a good submission from Dr. Lugarama. He's my best discussant today, being an NRM. He still discusses issues the way they unfold. Abel Kelwa Kampumuza, kudos to you, Comrade Lugarama. And here is another one. Good morning, Sol TV. I happen to be an NRM registrar in a sub-county in Bududa. An NRM register had 8,300 voters, and the Electoral Commission register had 2,800 voters. They register underage and fail to delete the dead people. This is the reason we have many independent candidates, and our Secretariat of NRM do this to extort money from the chair. Do you hear? Well, that's a candid submission from a person who has been in charge of your register, Garama. Good morning, Mr. Tusime. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome back all people of God from the way of the cross yesterday. NRM register is not only wrong, but it's actually very wrong, like I have said before here. NRM guys are no longer ashamed of doing weird things, even in broad daylight. These guys are preparing ground for cheating in the upcoming election. We know what to do. Over the Eli or not Kawempe elections, we are mocks for what will happen in 2026. I think these guys are just inflating these numbers so that they can deceive the old man to give them more money. Because I have learned, what I've learned is that the more the numbers you represent to him, the more the money you will get. Fooling him as that he has extreme support, yet in actual sense, it's fake numbers. Okay, let me check your name here. Otim Major Joel. Thank you so much, our ardent viewer in the Republic of Chirinya. Thanks for the show. Let the NRM gentleman not waste his energy defending the indefensible. Richard is part of the implication. Part of the implication is corruption. Mr. Mustenyu is spot on. Another implication is actually having a low voter turnout, which in turn even takes away the credibility of any winner. Kelly is the name. Thank you so much, Kelly. Did you hear that? He says another implication is actually having a low voter turnout, which you have mentioned, which in turn even takes away the credibility of the winner.
It's a concern.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily takes away the credibility, but it's a concern.
It is true.
We need to win with bigger margins.
Surely.
Yeah.
If you claim that you have numbers, then let you win with bigger margins.
That's our challenge. We shall correct it going forward.
Hello,
Probably
comrades.
before you read that, I can advise
Please do.
my colleague Rugarama here that, like Richard Baguma said, it is not debatable as to who will be declared the winner in 2026. My advice is to raise the numbers of the voter turnout, and I want to thank Kelly. Let us have all the elections on one day, which is a public holiday. But having some elections with a public holiday, LC3, LC what, there is no public holiday, that turns down the voters. Yeah, so have in Kenya, they vote for president, governor, senator, MP, woman rep, and what they call MCA, member of constituent council, member of the county assembly, on one day.
But even Kennedy, even on polling day, which is usually a public holiday, even the voter turnout is very low.
First of all, it is related to what we are discussing. During presidential elections and parliamentary, the voter turnout is always higher than the rest of the other elections.
True.
It is because this is a public holiday. Two, the register, not only that of NRM and others, is bloated. So it is the other information I wanted to give. It is not true that we should be discussing the NRM only. The NRM has talked of 20.2. FDC and NUP have talked of 10 million.
Yeah.
That is also fake. And UPC has talked of 6 million. That is fake. So NRM, NUP, FDC, UPC, all those numbers you are telling us are fake.
Okay.
Not only NRM, all those four are fake.
All right. Hello, comrades on the dialogue, hosted by my brother Apollo. I want to thank the NRM guy. He is rooted with figures within the party structures. Keep it up. Johnson Bandeva Muruhura. Salute. He is my OB and comrade from where I come from, is Singiro.
Is he happy with the perfection with which Mr. Rugarama is telling the lies?
Rugarama is defending lies.
That's what I call the perfection with which they tell lies.
You see, in the law we say, argue the facts. If the facts are not there, argue the law. If you begin with the law, if the law refuses, argue facts. If facts refuses, simply argue. So this time, at least I'm credited for arguing the facts. So forget about the law, and at least I'm not simply arguing.
Okay, thank you so much. Viewers, send in your comments. We still have 30 minutes to conclude this show. And I'm looking for someone here who's, let me check on SMS. They're here. Yes, he says, Mr. Apollo, thank you for the program. I want to agree with Ndugu Rugarama. There are a number of reasons why the register of NRM doesn't translate into actual votes. One, many of them do multiple registration in different parties. Two, some members register as NRM for fear of repercussions from the government. Three, some of them register on the national register in order to attract favors from government. Lastly, NRM is mainly an old person's party, and given the violence and also sometimes the long distances to the polling stations, many NRM members end up failing to go to the vote, hence the few votes at the end of the elections.
Can we add on one reason?
I wanted a name, but he or she did not.
Can we add on one reason, Apollo?
But thank you so much for the comment.
Yes, we have had reports that when the NRM is registering members, they say if you don't appear in the register of NRM, you will not get PDM money.
Actually, that is very wrong.
That is another reason.
That's intimidating. And
so at the end of the day, I think we have made our case that the numbers are cooked. Let them not overcook them. Let them, I was telling Mr. Rugarama that we know, like Richard said, we know who will be declared winner. So now, for them, they are saying instead of campaigning to win, they already have a winner. They are now trying to justify the winning. They are looking for the reasons, the numbers. The debate now is, if the other time it was 58 or 52 point something, can we now say the NRM has more people? Now the winning is at 60%. That's where we are now. That's where our politics are.
No, actually, NRM, we are going to get something like, the worst case will be something like 65%.
You even know?
Yeah.
They know, Richard has told you, we know.
It's projection. Then another thing is, you watch the space. We shall come back here and we shall be 65 around there. If is the one going to come as our candidate. We are not yet sure. But should Museveni come, this time we shall be having 65 and above.
Because of what? I mean,
no, we have done very well. We have done well. All the indicators.
All right.
But who is in charge of parish money, the PDM money? Because there was an allegation from my senior brother here that they have those numbers, and if you are not registered on NRM, then you are not going. Because that's very serious.
They employ coercion.
Yes, that's very serious. I don't think that is true. Unless I get better
apologies in the media, he can tell you
that if you do not appear on the register, maybe you'll miss out. If you don't have that NRM card.
Really?
On some services from government.
Rugarama should know.
Sure.
My brother Rugarama should know that even on the committee that manages PDM at parish level, there is an NRM chairman.
Yeah. There is
no DP chairman, no chairman, no what. There is an NRM
committee, on the PDM committee.
Isn't that handled by the parish chief?
There is a committee.
Yes, a committee.
An NRM chairman has to be a member of that committee. Salem, greetings and welcome aboard. Okay, I am a member of the NRM, but my party is no longer the 10-point program. Giving 100 millions for what? And you say you fight corruption? Okay.
100 million.
Yeah.
For MPs.
Thank you. He's relating to the 100 million. Actually, the deputy press secretary for President Museveni confirmed that the members received 100 million.
Is a statement to that effect?
No, he
appeared somewhere and he confirmed that.
State House had never denied that.
No.
Richard Baguma.
Given to NRM members.
Good morning.
That was never denied.
Let's read the messages and conclude. Good morning. But why is it that NRM government thinks that it's the one supposed to win everywhere? It's people's choice, though the occasion is held by government in charge. But why do they say that on Kawempe they stole them? Okay, I read the message as
no, for
it came in.
Kawempe, really, I doubt.
Farida Nambi, we thought they were not going to court, but at the end, they petitioned the court.
The NRM helped the NOP candidate to be declared the winner. How? By having violence in the place. It meant people like us, most likely, only told our gatekeepers, lock the gate, my wife and children, we are not going to vote. So only those who in a certain song, somebody said, after you have smoked something, when you see a gun, you think it is a stick. Only those who have nothing to protect ended up going to vote. So the NRM helped NUP to be declared the winners.
But they are going to court. They are in court already.
To do what?
To court.
That is reverse psychology.
Or to look at what they actually want from.
Let me read the comments and we come back. And this is from Dr. Gerard Werewanzala, our resident panelist here. Good morning, colleagues in the studio. The numbers political parties are parading are insane.
Yes.
A party like NRM ties its programs like PDM. Like in my United Republic of Kenya, we hardly have NRM supporters, but they have a register with more numbers than voters in the National Voters Register. UPC still uses the members register of 1980. Since the 1980 party structures have never been renewed, how can they parade 6 million? For a long time in UPC, when a party leader dies, a family member just appoints himself or herself. Other than Lango, other parts of the country, the UPC party leaders appoint themselves. They also belong to other political parties. Thank you so much, comrade. We miss you. We hope you have...
Tell him to bring Malewa.
Okay.
Yeah, regards to Dr.
Gerard
Malewa here.
And this one says, Honorable Garama, please be cough for once like, oh. These days, oh is very factual. He calls a spade, not a big spoon.
Oh is more than 60.
I was astonished.
The attitude.
He listened to your message. I was astonished when I heard him say that he's also tired of these guys ninjas at the NRM Secretariat carrying supporters from nearby places to the ground where they are holding rallies. More so in by-elections, to hoodwink the old man with fake numbers. So please, he says, be like...
No, maybe he has not listened deeply, but anyhow. I don't encourage airlifting or whatever it is called.
Since OO is about to retire, probably Mr. Rugarama
will take over.
is taking over. He's doing a good job for that.
Okay, somebody says each MP is a parish now because each parish is given 100 million in PDM. I am Mugenyi Amoti from Chenjojo. Thank you. He's talking about the 100 million that was confirmed to have been given to the members of parliament. And in his comment, Haji Farouk Chirunda said they gave money to all NRM MPs and NRM leaning.
Oh.
I don't know what happened, whether the opposition...
NRM independence, huh?
And independence and NLM leaning.
But this was now government.
Good morning. This is Calvin watching from Chireka. I have been involved in both party votes of NRM and national elections for the last 2 elections or 2 terms. But I tell you, these numbers are cooked. There is no way NRM is having over 20 million voters in a population of more young people. Take a look at election at university level with a few election cases. It is very hard and almost impossible for NRM to get votes, not of winning election. Anyway, thank you so much, Calvin. People are not convinced with what NRM declared as their membership. Comrade,
but Apollo, NRM, NOP, FDC, and UPC. It is not only NRM. According to that monitor story, that table, all the 4, the 20.2 for NRM, the 10 for NOP and FDC, the 6 for UPC are all fake.
Are all cooked.
Yes.
Comrade Ndugu Baguma, can we continue? One, being fed on lies, wrong statistics, and we move on?
Apollo,
or what can we do?
One of the things I have tried to hopefully successfully to get you into is our road safety coalition. Now, why we have many deaths on the road, and this is Easter, you know, the spikes are usually during Easter and Christmas. That's where we have the highest spikes of road safety deaths and injuries. And so people should really watch out. It's because of what police categorizes as reckless driving. But the first, number one recklessness is the speed, and then the telling yourself of lies that you are safe, that your car is steady, that your car has I don't know what. It is the same thing we are doing politically. Yeah, I think we are quite reckless. Yeah, these numbers are part of the pattern of
we are reckless with our politics now.
It's with our lives. We are reckless on the road. We are reckless in as we drink. We are reckless, and this is part of the recklessness of our society. But we are generally politically reckless, and this is and you see, when you don't put the brakes, then we will crash. Obviously, we can't keep being this reckless with our telling. You see, Mutenius talked about one thing that President Mao talks about.
That you cannot.
Yeah, but you see, you can keep telling yourself a lie.
Tell yourself
and
a lie.
You know, because me, I am in this area, you know, of addictions, addiction treatment, addiction prevention. You keep telling yourself a lie that you see for you. When you are drunk, that's when you drive. You are lying. That's not true. That when you have Njaga in your head, that you see, that's when you do the border even more. You're not, it's reckless. You end up in Mulago or in a grave. This is what we are doing. So, Apollo, we cannot continue and then say that it is okay
Oh, yeah.
to continue. They are, while I acknowledge that there are lies that are told, and there are some lies that must be told, there are lies which you cannot sustain.
Yeah.
No, they are unsustainable and they are very reckless. This number lies is very reckless. But you see what is interesting, Apollo, is that our populations are actually gullible.
Yeah.
Many believe them. Yeah, this is what is interesting. Well, some of the reasons why people keep motivated to tell these kind of reckless lies is that people believe them. I tell people that, you see, to say that when you are a Subaru driver, therefore you must be reckless, and Subaru drivers go and become reckless. I don't know why they believe this. That when you are a border person, then for you will have passed. But you die. You are they are the highest numbers in our hospitals. The statistics are very clear. Yeah. So
what can we do? What can we do to sanitize?
Some of us must
statistics.
push back. We, for example, now we are talking about this. Somebody who probably was that gullible and had not looked at it, and even the monitor doesn't saturate so much. So we add a voice with the numbers, with the radios that rebroadcast this. We must be able to talk about these things and not get tired. That's why I said the preachers never get tired. They will preach on Wednesday, on Sunday, we must talk about this. But I think we must also start organizing. We must organize, and this is the message which we fear to say, because then you can become targeted. But we must start organizing ourselves, by the way, across party, because this is reckless for all of us. It's not just about. We must start organizing and mobilizing some of us and our young people to say, look, this country we own it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where we are, we own it. While you are our leaders and you want to remain leading us, looting from us, stealing from us, and whatever evils you do, please spare us, cut us some slack. Yes, that we come here, we sit on TV or wherever, or which audience we have, and we say, Orimba. Orimba.
Comrade Rugarama, we have statistics from UBOS, questionable. Now statistics from political parties, questionable. We have actually statistics even from entities like the Ministry of Education.
Yeah,
the number of pupils on government payroll.
Even first grades.
Yes.
And so on.
Teachers on payroll.
Ghost civil servants, ghost, I don't know.
The number of soldiers, the ghost soldiers. What type of country are we living in, and what can we do?
There is what we call work in progress.
Really?
The most important thing is the good thing is that when a problem talked about is half solved. And by virtue of the fact that we are here talking about some of these ills in the country, once they are in the political parties across the board, including the ruling party, it means that we realize that there is something wrong. And that is very important. It's important in the sense that we have identified that this is a problem. By talking about it, we are looking for a solution. So I do reckon the fact that the NRM as a ruling political party for now close to 40 years is not a miracle performing party. It has got its own problems. I am also arrived to the fact that we have got other political parties. Probably they are not being allowed to operate the way they should. And it has been my clarion call time and again that they should be allowed to operate the way they should be operating. But at the same time, it is also the duty of a ruling party which wants to continue governing and dispensing governance in the country to hold all strings together and continue in leadership. I'm looking at some of these ills that we have pointed out, the register being bloated across the board, not just NRM. I'm looking at issues of some bad and sustainable lies that Baguma is talking about. And I'm saying, going forward, we should now focus, if we must build this country, we must do self-introspection. We must look inside ourselves and look at the future of this
Do
country.
you believe that President Museveni knows, is aware that possibly these people who are presenting to him these figures want or have illicit motives to either get bigger budgets or something?
So, sometimes one thing that you must credit President Museveni with is this view, the fact that he he has wisdom. God has blessed him with some wisdom. Good wisdom.
He also enjoys the numbers, knowing
not necessarily.
now the NRM is growing 7 million in just 5 years.
No, but
membership has grown.
This is what I'm saying,
7 million.
He does not rule this country alone. He is not everywhere. He has been accused of being everywhere, but in actual fact that there are offices, multiple offices.
Yeah.
And some people don't do a good job in their offices. And that has got a toll on the leadership of NRM. But going forward, I want to, in my own little capacity, assure the country that NRM is steadfast. Errors that have been committed in the past are going to be fixed. And the generation that is coming up now to take the reins of power is more sober and riding on the shoulders of our elders. We are going to take this country to greater heights.
You're diverting away from Ofono Pondo, the OO we know.
No,
Hi guys, thanks for the show. You didn't give us your name. Thank you so much for appreciating. I am Martin here at Wamara. Thanks for the show, Mr. Apollo. Thank you so much, Martin, for watching. Good morning. Thanks for the program. I am very happy with Mr. Rugalama for his confidence. Come rain, come sunshine. And he says, I must vote NRM because I have no option. I remain to Shabomwe Christine. Thank you. Sorry for laughing. I'm looking at Rugarama and I cannot
There's coming another
hold
chemical alley.
the laughter. Good morning. This is Paul from Mbale town. Let now MPs visit their people more so in Mbale. Oh, because they've received the 100 million, he says now let our MPs come and visit us more so in Mbale. Hope they are coming. They won't stay here in Kampala until it is exhausted. Hey, tell the guys, fake numbers are all over. Imagine ghost pensioners in the US where Trump said others were over 130 years. Oh.
Everything ghost is in America, by the way.
Apollo, this week on Wednesday, I was invited by a government ministry to an evaluation meeting on implementation of national values of Uganda. We have a policy on national values. The reason we are engaged in this debate of numbers is because we are not serious about what we do. One of the values is honesty. What party leaders are doing is dishonesty of the highest order. I used to follow the national prayer breakfast, but I abandoned it and I decided to resort to my African values because I see hypocrisy in everything our leaders do. NRM inflation of numbers is similar to what they do in presidential elections, ferrying people from different districts to a campaign venue to appear like they have lots of numbers. It is deliberate and the NRM leader is aware and happy about it. Thank you so much, Dr. Jared Wirewanzala, for that follow-up message and comment. You really participated, though you are not here with us. Let's conclude, gentlemen, and with a parting shot from you, Kennedy. And he says also at very close of election term cycle, NRM government pleases its MPs. They are given a token of corruption to aid the will of the dictator. You can imagine a president is already looking for votes, yet his opponents are not allowed to move in the country and talk to the voters. Take a look at the recent blocking of NUP. So it's partisan politics, so one man's ideology and surrounding by hungry MPs. Calvin again. Thank you. Your parting shot.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank my colleagues here.
We have a few minutes.
Like you said, what should we do? The name of this program is The Dialogue.
The Dialogue.
This country needs dialogue. We should continue doing what is called push. Push until something happens.
Sure.
We should not stop. I believe on our side, we will not have these fake numbers. By that I mean the Democratic Party. 2, like I said, the number 2 or the leading opposition is not helping. The other day during elections, they told us that there was a house somewhere in Kawempe where they were taking ballot. What civilized people should have done is to go to police, get plainclothes policemen with some recording gadgets, come and get the evidence. They bundled it up. Again, they have bundled up this 100 million thing because all they needed to do was to say, you know what, let us plant one person. He gets the 100 million and we expose it. He will be able to say, I went to this office. It is this one who gave me the money. So the National Unity Platform is also helping the NRM. I don't know whether they are in bed together privately or what. Now, we come to this thing. This country, like I said, yes, I have been in sports in schools. Schools that are declared winners in school sport are fake, using non-students. They cheat exams. In hospitals, it is the same thing. It is now in politics. Let us all love Uganda. Whether you are NRM, NOP, DP, UPC, FDC, and so on, let us put Uganda first.
Thank you.
Let us say no to lies.
Thank you so much, Kennedy Mutenyu. Comrade Rugalama, just a parting shot.
Yeah, in all fairness, we have critically, I think, in the 2 hours, looked at the years within the NRM register. But at the same time, I want to reassure the public and general public at that NRM, like I said, is not a miracle performing party. We are also prone to what bedevils the society. However, the fact that we are alive, that we are prone, is the very reason as to why we shall always keep improving ourselves. And going forward, we are capable and we are able to provide better and cleaner leadership to our people.
Thank you so much, Comrade Rugalama and Richard, your parting shot.
Yeah, the usual, don't die on the road, please. Don't die on the road. This is the season where death on the roads spikes. Please don't die. Don't kill others. So your speed, watch it. Your alcohol, please. It's one of the things where you are killing each other. The drugs, and of course the things you smoke. That is 1. 2, let's not get tired.
Yeah.
Yes, we own this country. We also live here. We don't have another one. Let's not get tired. Things that will go wrong, some things will go right. Not everything is going south. But for those which go wrong, let's push.
Oh, yeah.
The more the pushers, the more likely that we shall have good results faster.
Thank you so much, our viewers, and thank you so much for tuning in. NRM has more members, believe it or not, just because they register from the age of 16. Nkulaba Henry in Mayuge, you sent that comment. Yiga Samuel Mere muna Democrat Party na Mulondo Zone bweyogerere. Mr. Polo webale tuweereza nebaliza abakulu abo olw'okusunsula ensonga obulungi naye obuzibu obuliwo ebibiina bizimbibwa ku muntu, and people are not taught the ideologies of their parties. Big up to my fellow Democratic Party colleague. I am sure he's talking about, not Comrade Rugalama. He's talking about Kennedy Mutenyu. Thank you so much. I think our time is really up. My name is Prince Apollo. On behalf of the panel, we wish you a very splendid Easter holiday. Comrades, happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter to you and our dear beautiful audience.
Keep it safe, please.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next weekend.
Tell the truth.
The production team, happy Easter, and the people who have been working behind the scenes. Thank you so much and happy Easter to our ardent viewers. Those who sent in the comments. I followed
your service last night here on TV.
Yeah, true. We really appreciate and we can only wish you a merry Easter holiday. Until next Saturday, God bless you. God bless Uganda.
God bless.